In this presentation, I'm going to talk about activity verbs from Chapter 7. You know the читать pattern very well. Sometimes it's called the I pattern because it has that sound of I in the middle of it. Читаю, читаешь, читает, читаем, читаете, читают. Many verbs that you've had in the past have been part of the читать pattern. In this chapter, there are many verbs like читать. Say them after me as I say them. Плавать, бегать, играть, отдыхать, вышивать, поднимать, мечтать, гулять, купаться, кататься, общаться, заниматься. In this case, we're using поднимать тяжести, to lift weights. Купаться means to swim without any particular direction, whereas плавать means to swim when you have a certain goal or direction that you're going in. We have the verb кататься, which literally means to spin, and so for different sports you use it for spin on something, like spin on skis is кататься на лыжах. That's how we say to ski. And of course some of these verbs you know from before. We also have the советовать pattern. As you know, it's very common and it's very predictable, but you have to remember that the ova changes to u. Советую, советуешь, советует, советуем, советуете, советуют. We have 3 verbs in this chapter that are like советовать. Танцевать, интересоваться, пользоваться. Танцевать is Eva instead of ova, but it follows the same pattern. And the second 2, интересоваться and пользоваться, are reflexives, but they act the same way, you just have to remember to put the reflexive ending back on. Сказать pattern that you know from before. Скажу, скажешь, скажет, скажем, скажете, скажут. We have one verb in this chapter that's like сказать. It's вязать, to knit. The verb ходить. Хожу, ходишь, ходит, ходим, ходите, ходят. We have one verb, проводить, which follows this pattern, and we're using it in the phrase проводить время, to spend time. Then we have one new pattern, петь, to sing. Its perfective form is спеть. Repeat the forms with me. Я пою, ты поешь, он поет, мы поем, вы поете, они поют. The past tense is formed regularly. Он пел, она пела, они пели.